Welcome back to English Basic Grammar course, and today we are having lesson number 3, and the topic for the lesson is the case of nouns. Actually, in your planner you can see the name of the topic, which is the possessive case of nouns. Let me tell you the reason. There are only 2 cases in English, the common case and the possessive case. The common case has no endings used with the noun. The function of the noun in common case depends only on the position of this word in the sentence. For example, the boy recognized his mother. The boy is a subject, whereas his mother is an object. Mother showed the boy her new hat. In this sentence, mother is a subject and the boy is an object. Sometimes in common case, nouns are used with prepositions such as of, to, by, with, and so on. For example, the leg of the table is painted. Give me a bottle of water, please. He gave a piece of advice to his friend. I showed the book to the teacher. The cup was broken by Peter. This engine is driven by electricity. I opened the tin with a knife. This letter is for the teacher. I quite agree with the doctor. I have received a letter from the manager. So we actually don't need to make any changes with our noun to put it in common case. That is why we will not have a lot of attention stressed on the common case in this topic, but we will talk more about the second case of English, which is the possessive case. As a determiner in the sentence, nouns should be used in the possessive case. Function of determiner is a function of noun introduction, while nouns in possessive case introduce other nouns. Owner, those possessive nouns shall answer the question whose. Mostly the only nouns used in the possessive case are animate nouns. Animate nouns meaning people, their professions, and animals. First rule about making nouns possessive. In order to make the noun possessive, you need to add apostrophe and s at the end of the word. And you're going to pronounce it as s or z sound, depending on the last sound of the word where you added your apostrophe s. The same as in the rule about plural nouns. For example, the boy's car, the girl's doll, my sister's house. All 3 words in example end with either vowel or with consonant. That's why apostrophe s we pronounce as z sound. If the noun is plural, only apostrophe should be used without s. The students' pens, the pupils' uniform. But in case the noun in plural form has not s at the end, but for example changes the base form, the rule will be the same as for singular nouns, so we add apostrophe and s. Women's logics, children's bags. For complex nouns, we add apostrophe s to the last part of the word, to the last root. Son-in-law's car. Son-in-law's car. Remember that the noun in the possessive case should always be in front of the noun which it describes. So first we have the owner and then we have the object we are describing. Mother's dress. Mother is the owner of the dress, it is on the first place and dress is coming next. Helen's suitcase. The doctor's office. If there is any other word describing the noun except for the noun in the possessive case, we should put the possessive word first and all the other describing words after it. Helen's new suitcase. The doctor's practice office. Mother's Calvin Klein klein bag. Besides the possessive case, we can use of preposition to describe some object. We can say mother's Calvin Klein bag or Calvin Klein bag of mother. The doctor's practice office or practice office of the doctor. Helen's new suitcase of Helen. Of formula is very often used for those nouns which means there is no difference in pronunciation. For example, the boy's toys, boy or boys in possessive will sound the same way. That's why it's better to say the toys of boys. Instead of the workers' tools, we say the tools of the workers. So we use of instead of possessive in order to avoid the confusion. Two nouns in the possessive case rarely come one after another. He is my sister's husband's father. We better not to say he is my sister's husband's father. We would better say he is the father of my sister's husband. If several words should be in possessive as a group of owners, for example, when two or more people possess one object, we add apostrophe s to the last owner listed in the group. For example, Anna, Steve, and Jack's office. So this office belongs to all three people. All three people work there. But we put apostrophe s only to the last word. Mary and John's house. John and Mary's house. So we can change the position of two owners. Never mind, we put apostrophe s to the last mention. Such words like house, office, shop are usually not used after the possessive case, which means after the name of their owner, for example. They are just avoided. Let's meet in Macy's. Macy's, this is a big mall in the USA. Macy, this is a name or brand name, and apostrophe s is the possessive case where we don't put the word shop afterwards. We just say Macy's. I had my lunch in McDonald's. We mean in McDonald's cafe or restaurant, but we don't put this word after the possessive case. We just skip it. Come and pick me at my friend's. We mean at my friend's house, but we don't say the word house. He left to the baker's. It means to the baker's shop. He went to the baker's shop, but we don't say the word shop. We mean this word by putting the word baker in the possessive case. Besides people and their professions, the possessive case can be used for such words as names of cities, countries, ships, and the word world. New York City's streets are always crowded. Batiet is the Kazakhstan's most famous sightseeing nowadays. Nouns which indicate the period of time, as well as some adverbs, can be used in the possessive case as well. Those are words such as once, year, today, yesterday, somebody, nobody, and some others. Let's see the examples. This pen is nobody's. Take it. Please buy today's newspaper. I found somebody's purse in the street. Jack is leaving for 1 month's vacation. Some of those words are not nouns, but they are used in the possessive in order to give the explanation of period of time. That is it about the possessive case. Now you need to go to your practice exercises and check if you understood all the rules about the topic. Get back to this video if you have any questions or if you need to revise some examples, and make sure you know the meanings of all the words listed as examples, because you're going to use these words further in your exercises and in your revision. See you in the next lesson. We have a couple more topics about the noun, but they are not so big as two previous and this one. So we are done like 70%, and we have very few to complete all the theory about nouns in English. See you guys!